Tonight, a problem that we've been tracking now for a few weeks here. After we started asking questions, 3 COVID testing sites closed down in San Jose, Mountain View, and San Ramon. This evening, we've learned another company running pop-up sites is under investigation. Today, the San Francisco City Attorney issued subpoenas to the testing company called Community Wellness America and a lab that company uses. He wants to know why the company has been taking test samples from people on the sidewalk without a permit and for free, and what they're doing with people's personal information. So what's happening here, and what are the possible motives? We're joined tonight by San Francisco City Attorney David Chiu and our consumer investigator, Chris Chmura. Gentlemen, nice to see both of you on this program. David, let's start with you. In layman's terms here, what's the problem, and why are you pursuing this?
The problem is, in recent weeks, we've heard reports from the public of potential rogue testing operators, folks running sidewalk operations that don't appear to be using trained protocols, asking for personal information, and not appearing to have updated licenses. So we've started an investigation. We had actually sent letters last week to several entities. Today, we subpoenaed 2 of those entities who are less than forthcoming. We need to get the information to ensure that these are legal operations. And we're not, at this point, we don't have any evidence that they are running legitimate operations.
And David, these sites that you're talking about that might be illegitimate, are they still in business right now? If I go to the city right now, are they still there in those pop-up sites?
They literally have been popping up all over the city, in San Francisco, in Golden Gate Park, and Dolores Park, and North Beach, and the Mission. We hear about it today, they're gone tomorrow, but when they're there, it says free tests. And so we have residents who are desperate to get tests and see that, and they're turning over personal information. Their bodily fluids are not being dealt with in safe ways, and we don't know if they're actually ever going to get a real COVID test result.
Yeah, and David, you said free, and that's the big thing, free test, but someone's making the money at some point. Who's making the money and how?
Well, there's some who theorize that they might be applying for reimbursement from government authorities, but we're not sure if they're actually conducting legitimate tests. We don't even know if folks are getting their test results, and we've heard that some individuals may not be.
And David, if you've been watching our program, we've been covering this for about 3 weeks now. Let's bring in our consumer investigator, Chris Chmura. Chris, you did speak with one of the companies here, the CEO of who David was referring to, who they're investigating. What happened today?
Yeah, so he picked up the phone when we called him. The company is headquartered near San Diego. The lab that they use is headquartered near Los Angeles. The guy who runs the company that sets up the test sites through what he says are contractors and subcontractors is a licensed acupuncturist. He says they've done 1.3 million tests at 600 locations in 33 states. And today he acknowledged that there are some problems. Here, I'll let you hear what he had to say over the phone.
It's like we've got some transparency and some clarification and miscommunications that we need to address with some of the people in San Francisco there, but I think that I'm confident we can be able to address those concerns and make sure that we are in compliance and that everything is satisfactory.
But he didn't really commit to the buck stopping with him, though. What he said was that he's got these contractors and subcontractors who are the ones who are setting up the tents. And as the attorney has said, they're here today and they're gone tomorrow and someplace else the next day. The CEO said that those contractors are the ones who are responsible.
Yeah, and Chris, interesting because I'm sure David Chiu will want to talk to that CEO. Is that something that's on your list there, David?
I have to admit, we've been trying to reach him, and we haven't heard from him. So, Chris, glad you were able to get him on the phone. We haven't been able to get in touch with him, and we look forward to hearing from him.
Okay, I'll tell you what he did. He did talk about the money, which was very interesting, Raj. We looked him up in the federal database. That company's made more than $1 million from the federal government. The lab that they use has made tens of millions of dollars from the federal government, and they talk about the possibility of making $100 or more per test. Now, that's just the reimbursement they get from the federal government. He didn't discuss how much money they actually spend, though he did insist that they do pay these contractors. We just have the power of the pulpit here and asking questions. It'll be interesting to see what happens because the attorney there has the power of subpoena to get far more answers.
And Chris, just to clarify here, when it says free, they're getting money, and it's really our money, correct? Our taxpayers' money that they're getting reimbursed from the government.
No such thing as free.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm guessing Dave and Chris, you'll be talking offline about what you've dug up, Chris. And before we let you go, Chris, this is not the first rodeo here. You've been doing this the last few weeks in locations San Jose, Mountain View, San Ramon. What do we know about those other questionable sites?
Yeah, that's a company called the Center for COVID Control, and it uses a lab called Doctors Clinical Laboratory. They're both based in Illinois. What we know about that company right now is that it has temporarily paused its operations here. It says it's going to retrain its staff because lots and lots of people said they didn't get results. We found that there was a federal audit of the laboratory that found that there were lots of problems. They weren't reading tests in the proper time frame. They had samples that didn't have people's names on them. They had times when there were samples that were just stored in trash bags. So this company says it's going to reopen this weekend. We'll see about that because at the same time they claim they're going to reopen, the state of Minnesota has sued them alleging a whole myriad of problems, and we'll have to see how that goes. Again, that's the power of subpoena to get far more answers because at this point they're not answering a lot of our questions.
Yeah, and as David was saying, it's disappointing because so many of us, we're all in the same boat. We're trying to get these free tests and rapid tests, and we get suckered in some situations with these companies. David, Chiu, keep us posted on what happens, and Chris Chmura, thanks for your reporting as well.
Good night.
If you have concerns about a COVID testing site, you can call 311. You can also call us with your tips, 888-996-TIPS, or go to our website, NBCBayArea.com. Click on the response option right there on the main menu.